BaconBit now. It's like Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I mean, you didn't have to explain it.
Is that the joke?
That's the joke.
So, hey, listener, this is a BaconBit because 2 out of the 3 of us actually saw a movie.
Yeah, like a new big movie that, because we haven't really done summer movies.
Schedules has been weird.
I saw the movie.
Oh.
Jessica Alba, right?
I mean...
sorry.
That was 20 years ago.
I saw that a few times.
Miles Teller.
Nope.
Odometer.
Are you saying we're fantastic?
What? Yeah.
Fantastic?
No, this
There's
is
only 3 of us.
This is our official review of the Fantastic Four, First Steps, which is out now and you can see in theaters. And this is, it's an attempt at the MCU to kind of do things again. Because the Fantastic Four we've had, as Zach mentioned, we had Fantastic Four in like 2005.
A movie that gets way too much hate. It's fun.
It's a comic book kids movie. Then we had Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer in 2007.
That one I
2
don't
years later.
like. I don't like that one.
And then we had Fanforstic.
I hate that one.
Which came out. Man, I should have looked this up. What are the dates on that one, Ken?
It's not a Bacon Seal episode, so Joel doesn't know it off the top of his head.
2015.
Thank you.
So you say it's Marvel's attempt to bring back something special, right?
Yes.
To bring back, or not even something special, to make it good.
To kick off Phase 6.
Which is funny you say that, because I think it's Marvel's attempt to make Marvel good again. Like, Marvel has been in a rut for 6 years. Okay. Justifiably so. I mean, everyone can see it. And so this is Marvel saying, hey, we know you've been waiting for these characters in the X-Men. Here's this. Here's a sample. Well, how do you feel about the style?
I think in general, as a person who is now on the outside of the MCU,
yeah,
I think that there's a lot of good feelings about Thunderbolts **. Like, I think that they're on the upswing, right?
I liked it.
Yeah, a lot of people
I liked it. I mean, it's a marginal movie, but for their low bar, it's pretty good. So now we have the Fantastic Four First Steps. You ready for the summary?
Yes.
Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer.
This is episode 37 of the MCU.
So episode 37, and this is a remake of Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This is, except for in that movie, they didn't quite dare go as far as they could have. I think Doug Jones plays an excellent, and this is not my review of the movie, but an excellent Silver Surfer. But then when they were like, hey, Galactus, we're going to make him a cloud that devours planets. So this one, they're like, we're going full MCU. People have bought into the weirdness that are comic books. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to show exactly what people have been wanting. And I think that's where you jump in here with the style. You're getting this 60s, light blue, Art Deco sort of style.
If I may set the tone a little bit. Because I watch one trailer and then I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I don't really watch anything else.
Yeah.
I thought this was like maybe like in universe, our world kind of, 60s kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's not. This is like right at the beginning, it says like Earth. It actually said Earth like 858 or whatever.
828, yeah.
And I went, wait, that's the year?
No,
and then I went, that means that's the version. Got it.
Yeah.
So it's a different universe where it's like, it's 60s-ish, but it's also futuristic. Like it's kind of what we thought the future was going to look like in the 60s.
Yeah. And Zach, we have good news. You don't need to know anything.
Oh, I know nothing
about Marvel.
I know nothing about anything.
No homework required to watch this movie.
I might watch it.
I mean, does it lead into what could be happening next? Sure. Right, it's going to do that.
I also like the 60s and the future.
This is the 60s future. It's the Jetsons.
And I love movies right now because I kind of like Pedro Pascal, who's in everything.
Yes, but this, and we also will not be giving any spoilers during the first part of this review, but it doesn't, like we said, you don't need to have any history, and there's no real tie-in to the MCU.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, okay, this is its own thing, and that was kind of refreshing.
I even think tonally, there's no tie-in with the rest of the MCU.
You don't think so?
There's comedy in this movie, but it's not the same kind of comedy. It's more conversational comedy.
Who directed it?
This is Matt Shakman. Yep.
Matt Shakman?
He's a guy doing a job.
He did WandaVision.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is a movie that I will say is not overtly funny. There are comments made by Ben Grimm. There are comments made by Johnny Storm where you're like, I think them as people like hearing that kind of banter, but for the audience, there wasn't a lot of people laughing.
No, I noticed that too.
Which I'm actually okay with, because one of my gripes with Superman was, hey, there's an emotional moment, gone, because there's a joke. In this movie, they're like, let's let it dwell. And if they do make a comment, you're like, it actually didn't hurt because it wasn't funny.
But Fantastic Four, not historically a funny group.
Well, I mean, Johnny
No.
Storm is going to have his
He's a bit of a hothead.
his attitude.
Why he gets his powers.
Zach, you are completely right. This is not a funny group. This is not a movie filled with levity. This is a dire film.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say, Joel?
There's some stakes here.
There is essentially a threat that they know is coming, and they spend the entire movie planning for that threat. There is a quick, and I actually think it's a really clever montage introducing us to what should have been the first movie.
Okay.
Them discovering their powers, them kind of having fun, the public learning to love them. This is essentially, I mean, it feels like the second Fantastic Four movie, to the point where you don't get a lot of characterization other than the fact that, hey, we may be parents, or hey, I used to be a hothead, but I'm trying to like clear up my reputation, or hey, I'm the thing. Right?
I'm so sad
Here's
that
the
we
thing.
are now origin movie averse.
Wait, say it again.
I'm so sad that we're origin movie averse.
Yes, I
I
agree.
miss the origin movie. I'll be honest.
I think new generations need it.
I think origin movies are great. Have they not been done multiple times before? If we get a new superhero, do an origin movie. But that's one of the reasons
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man
Makes
works.
sense.
Is like,
Batman Begins was awful. They shouldn't have made it.
oh, back in 2005?
I think-
they shouldn't.
listen,
They shouldn't.
when
They had already done it.
when
With,
the Fantastic Four movie came out?
They had already
I think
done it.
Was that the same year?
If 10 years pass, I think kids these days need an origin, because how are you going to relate to a character? Because at this point, you see Pedro Pascal, and I'll be honest, Zach, worst part of the movie. Because you go, hey, it's Pedro Pascal.
No.
You kind of go, yeah, he's supposed to be smart. I never unsee that it's Pedro Pascal acting in this role.
Yep. I think we've reached saturation to that point.
But I do think Pedro Pascal played his role in a way that was different than other roles he's played recently.
Completely disagree. He's him.
I saw it. He was carrying this
And
weight.
he's
that I
a
don't think
quality
he had, so-
actor, but it's him.
Yeah. And
He is not the same
that his
character.
fault that he is oversaturated in movies, and
Yeah.
you as a critic see all of them,
Yes.
and you've seen him a million times.
And they're all out
That
right
sounds
now.
like a Kent problem.
I mean, I
They
literally
really
saw him in
are.
Eddington last week.
yeah, he is in 3 movies and a series right now. This
Yeah.
moment.
Sorry, he's getting a paycheck, guys.
You defending the millionaire? Yes.
Yeah, no, but I feel like Kent, you can have to agree with me. He's not the same character as in the unbearable weight of massive talent. But
I mean, that's true. That's
but no, I feel like
Which is graded.
when I originally saw this, I'll just start my review now.
Yeah.
When I originally saw the trailer for this movie, I remember thinking, actually, when I saw the casting, I was like, Johnny Storm. I'm not sure about that because that's played by
Joseph Quinn.
who is in Stranger Things
Mm-hmm.
as Eddie, and he just didn't fit the role of Johnny Storm for me.
Yes.
As much as other characters have.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel that way. I kept being like, every time he was on the screen, I was like,
Is it because they went a vanilla route with him?
I guess he's not as cocky, he's not as arrogant, he's not as
Chris
girl
Evans
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the last 2, I mean, you had really charismatic, cool,
Yes.
like you had Chris Evans and you had Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, those are some big shoes to fill, I
Yeah.
think.
And I think his casting was a bit off. The visual effects, I'll say, in this movie, surprisingly not good at parts. Good at most of the time. Most of the time it was good, but there was a couple parts when I went,
Well, I think
Huh?
the centerpiece is the thing.
yeah.
How does the rock guy look? And even though it's very
Dwayne
cartoony,
Johnson.
yeah, I thought he looked actually quite good.
Yeah.
Well,
But then
his design is extremely like comic accurate.
There are elements that I can tell are part of reshoots that look horrible.
Yeah.
There are scenes with a baby that I just started laughing at. That I went, I can't. Come on.
We'll talk about that more.
Is
further
this
full
American Sniper? Like, what's going on here?
Wow.
Reference if you get it.
But yeah, and so when I watched this, and then I was excited to see this movie because Fantastic Four has never been like a favorite group of mine, but I
neither.
do like the concept of it. And the 2005 movie wasn't egregiously bad. The Silver Surfer had moments of goodness.
Yeah.
Fan Four Stick is awful.
But if you're going to watch anything about characters with somewhat similar powers, you're going to 2004 for The Incredibles.
Correct.
Exactly. And I still maintain that The Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie. It is not this one. Now, in the realm of Fantastic Four movies, I will say that this movie is probably...
You're hesitating as you were going to say it's the best one.
No, I was going to say second best, but now
Not
I'm
as good
debating.
as the first.
The 2005 one.
I like it.
To me, it has that comic book silliness, which I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. It's great, and I think Chris Evans is a great Johnny Storm. who the Human Torch was as a kid, I thought was pretty cool.
He's good.
I think what's different here is the lack of characterization. However, while watching, I go, hey, this is all good. I'm actually really enjoying this movie because the vibe is there. It's overly serious, which I, of course, appreciate. Sorry, I butt right into your review.
That's fine.
But I liked that. I will say I've forgotten about a lot of the plot since then.
I feel like, because this movie is 114 minutes, and I feel like there were entire plot lines that did not need to be in this movie. There's a romantic, quote unquote, subplot.
Yeah.
Goes nowhere, could have been cut out entirely. There is another side character that I was like, why are they getting so much time in this movie? That makes no sense to me. And I just felt like the pacing was a little off. And I feel like the story, for the most part, is vanilla. Like, this is straightforward, what you expect. I kept waiting for the inciting incident, something to make something different happen.
Yeah.
And there was one thing when I went, oh, okay, that's interesting. But then they kind of danced around that for a long time.
Does it feel like it's more of a talkie movie than an action movie? I mean, by the end, there's action.
There is.
But it takes a while.
I don't know what level of 3D printing this world has, but they can make things in an instant. They're like, hey, we need this thing. It's made. Hey, we need this thing. It's made. We need all these things. They're made. Yeah. And I kept being like, the timeline is throwing me off here. And so I watched this movie. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't one that I probably loved. I'm giving it 3 stars because I feel it's right down the middle of like, you know what? This is not a terrible movie. And I think many people may enjoy it. I don't think it's going to go blockbuster. I don't think people are going to love it. I will say I don't think it's going to get the love that Superman, the most recent Superman, has been getting.
No.
Because I don't think it has the needle drop that everyone's playing on. Is like good feeling.
It also doesn't have the cultural cachet, just the characters.
Yeah,
they are known, but they are not beloved.
Yes,
by the mass audience.
But I thought Pedro Pascal was, and I'm going against you here, Ken. I think he was one of the better parts of this movie because I felt his weight.
How'd you feel about Vanessa Kirby as like the worrying mother the entire time?
She wasn't given a lot to do for a while,
unfortunately.
And then near the end, they give her something to do, and they maybe have given her too much.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they kept that fire hose off the whole time. They're like, hey, go emotions. And I was like, okay, sure. But I maintain The Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie. But this one, probably on par with the 2005 one in different ways.
Because that one is so much levity.
That one is like comic booky wackiness, and this one is more straightforward story. But I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine.
I'm just looking at the posters of the movies on Google Images, and it's funny to look at the original movie from what do we say? 2005, and it's got the early aughts edge.
Yeah.
Right?
The gloss.
But it actually doesn't have an edge to it.
Yeah.
Then you see the poster for Fant Four Stick, which is like grim and dark. It's a very moody movie. And this feels like an overcorrection, almost like Man of Steel is an overcorrection for Superman Returns, but the other way. So it feels more sanitized.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
This is a sanitized plot as well. I mean, it's
a safe plot. They're playing it safe for the most.
Well, to the point where there's an. I mean, they show this in the trailers, but there is a choice that the Fantastic Four have to make that could affect the world, and it's kind of like,
they showed that in the trailer.
Yeah, it's like no big deal. So they show in the trailer
the plot twist,
the Sophie's Choice.
Yeah,
yes,
that's in the trailer.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's why you can't watch any more trailers.
I watched the one trailer. I had no idea, and then when it happened, I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting."
I will say though, this is better than Superman. This is a lived-in world. I like the quick wrap-up of what's happened in the story, even though there's not a lot of characterization. I like seeing just this family that's always wanted to save the world, and they're the only ones that can do it, do their best to unite everyone. And I actually thought there was a lot of just like hope within them, even though they weren't telling a lot of jokes. And I thought it was actually quite emotional at times. Visuals were a little iffy, and there were plot lines that could be cut, but I'm giving this a B-.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know.
You gave Superman a C-.
Yeah. It's much better than Superman.
I disagree.
How's Cousin?
He's fine. There's nothing for him to do. But like, as far as the character goes, you're like, you're there from The Bear.
I don't know.
He plays
I don't know
the thing.
Actor's name.
Ben Grimm. His name is Eben Moss-Bachrach. But he's fine. He's there to be the strong guy and to make some commentary. But it does feel like, even though maybe there's some missing chemistry between Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby, that this is a family that's been around for a while and they're united to save the world. So I kind of liked it.
That surprises me, Kent. I thought for sure I could hear your eyes rolling as you were sitting next to me.
I mean, some of the visuals, yeah, but I was like, yeah, this is okay.
Even some of the dialogue. Yeah. Like there's parts where that like character. Well, we'll talk about it in the spoiler version.
Yes.
But there's parts where characters act in a way that would only work in a movie, and I was like, what?
I think this is truthfully exactly what the MCU needs. I don't think it's an action movie per se, but I think it's so new and inventive in the way it feels and the way it sounds. So the soundtrack here, the score, is done by Michael Giacchino.
Yeah.
And Zack, it's notable. I could listen to this on its own. And that's actually what elevates the score for me.
I'll be honest, he's been in a lull lately.
Yeah, no, this is a good one.
Michael Giacchino or Kent?
Giacchino.
Yeah, right? So that boosts my score because that helps me feel a little bit more during the movie.
I'll have to give the score a listen.
I'm looking at the suits from the Jessica Alba version.
Yeah.
They're so dumb.
They're so dumb. And they're not any better here, but they're good. Meant to be campy.
I love them. Oh,
They're not as bad as the Roger Corman one.
All right, Zack, are you staying for spoilers?
I don't care. Spoil it for me.
All right. Spoilers on!
It's spoiler time. That's what I meant.
You're so close, Ken.
Yeah, I know.
I'm invisible.
All right. now we are going to stretch our review a little further, and we're going to spoil. So if you don't want to know spoilers, stop listening here and just listen to what we listened before. But now we're going to get into the territory of we're going to talk about specific plot points.
Zack.
Bad baby CGI.
You guys assume that I ever listen.
Yeah.
Sam Ma has called me out multiple times for not doing that.
It's been 4 years since the Fantastic Four have become
4
superheroes.
years.
Kind of like it's been 3 years since metahumans and blah, 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 blah.
Don't be afraid.
But they show what these superheroes have done, and they show that the public loves them. In fact, the movie starts off immediately, and you find out that Sue Storm is pregnant. And so they have to deal with that. Is this going to change the dynamic between us?
Which that came out through the advertising because they showed a clip all the time of them. We have dinner every Sunday at 7. Mm-hmm. And you see that Vanessa Kirby is not pregnant, but walking like a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
They didn't say that line in the show, did they?
No, they said, you're late.
Yeah, but
what do you mean?
We have dinner every Sunday at 7. Like
They said that. They're never late.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they worry about what's wrong with the baby because their DNA has been messed up by the cosmos.
What could be wrong with the baby?
Renesmee, get it.
Yeah, basically. Meanwhile, they're just they're living their lives, and it takes a long time to get into the plot. Like Sue is a diplomat for the United Nations, right? Pedro Pascal is kind of smart and kind of works in his lab a little bit. Meanwhile, there's a message from space, and they don't know what it means. In fact, I don't know why it happened in the first place, but it's basically to signal that the Silver Surfer is coming.
Yeah. And so then the Silver Surfer comes, and she is played by, what's her name?
Julia Garner.
Yes, Julia Garner. What's the show she's in? Ozark.
Ozark, yeah. She's super good in Ozark.
And she is good in this role.
She is.
Like, I was like, as Silver Surfer go, I was like, okay, yeah, let's see what she does. And I really thought she did a great job.
I mean, just in the what I've seen in the trailer, looks really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. She looks good. And also, I think her acting is well done. And I thought, okay, this is interesting. And the fact that she just kind of comes there and says, hi, Earth, you're doomed. Sorry.
Gotta go.
Flies off.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what are we going to do about that? And they're like, man, we need to be able to travel to light speed. Oh, hey, we have a thing that travels to light speed. It was
Interstellar.
Like,
yeah.
And then they travel. This is me just nitpicking a a little bit.
Oh, no, you're going to make me drop my score.
They travel way far out through light speed for a very, very long time. And then they encounter Galactus. They meet him there and they have a conversation with him.
Hot take. Maybe not even hot take. I think Galactus is awesome.
He looked
scary.
Great. He looked great. Like, I kind of went, that is a character that is intimidating and also that kind of unfeeling, like, I don't care what you think.
And Ralph Ineson does the voice and the face, and he's perfect for it.
Yeah. So they have this encounter with Galactus, and then they have to make a getaway because things don't go well. And then they're like, what are we going to do? And they're like, well, they sacrifice the part of the ship that lets them go to light speed, and then they kind of slingshot around like a black hole. And to get home.
Tar shows up. It's weird.
But then as they're doing that, I was like, well, how long is it going to take them to get home? Because they traveled through light speed for a very long time, and now they're not traveling through light speed. A month. They're like, we're home. And I'm like, okay. And they kept doing that in the movie where it's like the time was so off for me.
It's like 2 months pass, 4 years pass, all that sort of stuff.
And then like at one point, like she's barely pregnant, and then she's really pregnant. And then she has the baby, and I'm just like, okay, so 9 months have passed, I think, maybe. But then, I don't know. That was a little weird.
So the focal point is that Galactus says, yeah, I've chosen your planet to eat, and I've devoured a lot of planets. And he does it through his spaceship, essentially. And he says, but if you give me your unborn baby, I will spare Earth.
That was in the trailers?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they come out and they speak to everyone and says, we're sorry, but he asked for our child and we said no.
Which, I'll say this. In the movie, that he says, if you give me your child, then I will save the planet. And at no point does Sue Storm, even consider it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, I understand that from mom love. Yeah, that's a very powerful thing. But at the same time, it's like that whole sacrificing one person to save another. Like, there's other characters like Mr. Fantastic. He thinks about it, considers it logically. The other two don't even address it. But there's she never does.
Well, she becomes Mama Bear, and that's her only character at that point.
Yeah.
I will do anything to protect this child.
Yes, and I felt like there should have been something where she actually considers it and then feels guilty for considering it. Something that was just give her a little bit.
There's this cool part because the public loves them so much, but the public starts to protest against them. And yada, yada, yada. She goes out and says, hey, we're not going to sacrifice our baby, but we're going to try to help you. And everyone's like, yay.
That was the part where the dialogue, well, actually there's two parts. When they come home from the mission, they're like, how'd you stop Galactus? And then they're like, we didn't. And they're like, why not? Negotiations didn't happen. The price was too high. And they're like, what's the price? And he's like, they wanted our son. And I'm like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
That's what's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Is it? Because I would say if I were Mr. Fantastic in that situation, I'd be like, the price was too high. We're going to try and find another way. And they'd say, what was the price?
I think it's shortcutting a 2-hour movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a movie.
But I just don't feel like, I feel like you'd keep that guarded because that automatically would turn, as Reed Richards is supposed to be the smartest man in the world, he knows that would automatically turn the public against him. And I'm like, that causes...
By the way, he's never been that smart. Even the John Krasinski version.
Yeah.
Not smart whatsoever.
But then, the mob is gathering outside and they're like, give us your baby. And Sue just walks out in the middle of them and they kind of just look at, she's holding the baby, walking out with him. I was like, don't bring the baby out.
Have you seen that scene from Mother?
No.
Oh,
yeah. But no. I was concerned, why would you just walk out there? That puts your child in danger. And this is an angry mob. But then she gets out there, stands up and is like, hey, what is the line? Hold on, I'm going to get it. I will not sacrifice my child for this world, but I will not sacrifice this world for my child. And I was like, good turn of phrase, but you're not going to win the crowd over with that.
By the way, Zach, Jack is the child. This is a baby who has all the powers, and we'll get there.
We don't know what powers that he has.
But all the powers.
And then it develops into one.
Yeah, so Franklin.
It's Jack.
Franklin, that's the baby's name. Franklin is I don't know why they went with the CGI route with the baby. There's some scenes in which he's not in danger. He's not doing anything. They're just holding him on a couch.
Somebody watched The Flash and they were like, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is bad CGI.
A floating baby, essentially.
It really looks bad. And there's parts when the baby's crawling or moving and it's that doesn't look natural at all.
Also, there's this side plot that Joel mentioned where the Thing, Ben Grimm, he is kind of walking around New York. That's just what he does in the movie. He just walks around.
Yeah.
And people cheer him on. And Natasha Lyonne makes eyes at him.
Natasha Lyonne from The Liar. What's The Liar?
Natasha Lyonne.
Oh, yeah.
That one. And
from Krippendorf's Tribe.
Yeah. Wow.
From what?
She's... you should look it up.
Save it for later.
She's the one that kind of he falls for because they have two scenes together. And she's the one that he wants to save in the end, even though there's nothing there whatsoever. They try to give him some character. There's just nothing going on, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm is trying to understand the language of Shalabal, the Silver Surfer. And somehow, in 3 days or 10 years, I don't know what the timeline is.
Yeah, it's weird.
Learns her language and learns her backstory, which was a reshoot. That she sacrificed herself to become the herald and of the destroyer to save her planet.
Which the thing that bugged me is that they're like, well, we're trying to translate this language. We have one sentence of translation that we can use to translate all these other messages.
Cipher.
And he says, Vanessa Kirby, Sue says, well, Reed can translate that in a minute. He's like, no, he's got too much on his plate. I'll do it. And he spends the whole rest of the movie trying to do it. And I'm like,
the quick
time is of the essence.
Jumps over the lazy
time
dog.
is of the essence. It kind of drove me nuts. He wouldn't just include Reed Richards, who could get it done in a heartbeat. But that's his moment. And then it's weird because right before he goes out to fight or confront the Silver Surfer, he's like, I got it. I finally deciphered this message. And then he goes out there and speaks fluent her language. And I'm like, wait a minute. I've been doing Duolingo for 360 days.
Oh, wow.
I still can't speak German. I'm just saying it was a little bit kind of okay, yada yada, hand waving.
So the whole plan is, hey, we're going to try to move the planet. That doesn't work. It's kind of this plot line that you're like, okay, whatever.
This show is obsessed with saying, here's an idea that's going to work. It didn't work.
So then they're going to push him in a portal and send him to an alternate universe. And that's the big climax of the movie, is we're going to get him to stand in this triangle. We're going to push him there. And so there's a big battle through the city. They do have a better evacuation in this movie than the Superman movie. And they send everyone underground so the buildings are being destroyed.
Natasha Lyonne
no one's being killed.
was a recurring character in Pee-wee's Playhouse, just saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they send everyone underground. Fantastic Four fight Galactus, which once again, Galactus is really cool. And they push him into the portal, and then he comes out. And then they push him back in, right? That's what happens.
Well, that's when she uses the power of mom and uses her mom defensive to push him back with her. Just the physics of a tiny little human, regardless of who they are.
It's made up powers on the spot.
Did she grab the 4 from her chest and
Essentially.
it became giant cellophane?
She pushes the force field against him, and then she's pushing this giant monster back. And I was like, physics aren't applying here. But it's that emotional moment of a mother's love. And that's why I was like, you know what? You're giving a little boost.
She's lifting the
power.
bus off of her child.
Yeah, no, that's the point.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
And
like
so
she's
she does
sacrificing
that.
everything for it.
But then he gets in the portal, but there's still a 30-second countdown that they have to wait for. And so he starts coming out. Johnny Storm comes flying in, being like, I'll sacrifice myself by pushing him in, and then I'll be teleported to wherever as well. But then the last minute, Silver Surfer comes in, and she sacrifices herself to knock him, and they both...
By the way, meanwhile, Galactus has the baby in his hand the entire time, because he wants the baby to replace him.
Like he's holding it out of some weird river.
Yeah, it's basically like,
kind of,
I'm going to be the mentor to this baby, and he's going to replace me so I can go retire and live in a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, he senses something in the baby, and he's like, yeah, this is my replacement.
So Silver Surfer and Galactus are in the portal. They're somewhere else, right? Meanwhile, Sue Storm has died because she pushed too hard.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there, and they try to give her CPR, and nothing's working. And then they all of a sudden have the floating baby that looks faker than anything I've ever seen.
It kind of hovers down.
And then they put the baby down on her chest, and the baby's like, and then all of a sudden,
the baby's hands glow a little bit, and then Sue Storm's eyes glow, and then she wakes up.
So it's a reverse Padme Amidala.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Too soon. So the baby saves her life and has indeterminate powers, right? Like we
don't know. We just know it can raise the dead.
Yes,
we know that. And that baby, I really don't know why they went CGI, because every time it happened, I started laughing. It was supposed to be an emotional moment.
Yeah, I know.
And that part when the baby kind of goes down and like lands on the mom, I was like, oh, I shouldn't laugh at that, because it was supposed to be this big emotional moment. But also it was one where I kind of went, as soon as she was dead. That's one thing I'll say about this movie. The planet being destroyed is a big stake.
Yeah.
But also, I never once felt like they weren't going to figure it out. And like when Sue Storm was quote unquote dead, I never once thought, they're going to keep her dead.
The plot leak is that, and I think it was the original ending of the movie, is that Galactus destroyed the planet and they took off with the baby. And that's why they're headed to the rest of our world, or the Avengers world, because they were escaping.
They sacrificed their planet for the baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
But instead, everything's happy-go-lucky. The public still loves them. And Fantastic Four, everything's fine. That's the movie.
All right.
Meanwhile, do you want the stinger? Do you want the end credits and mid-credits stinger?
Oh, we should have said that before.
Absolutely hate this.
4 years have passed. And Sue Storm is reading a book to her kid, as you do. And she goes to grab another book and comes back.
It's The Fly Went By.
And you see the green cloak of Dr. Doom talking to her son. And he touches the face of Doom. And
you don't see the face of Doom?
Yeah.
You just see he's holding his mask in his hand, and you can't see his face.
And I was explaining this to Joel in the car without talking about the movie, is that this is the movie that's meant to lead into the next Avengers movie, which is all about Dr. Doom, which I don't think they've done the legwork.
What I thought since they've already announced that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Dr. Doom, like that's already been a big announcement. It was all over the internet. I thought for sure they were going to show his face, and instead it could have been anyone. And I thought that was weird.
Probably was.
And then if you stay all the way to the end of the credits, you get treated to the animated intro to the fake cartoon they have
in the world.
In the world.
Oh, yeah, that's how it always is. They have the mid-credit sequence is the one that pushes the MCU along.
Yeah.
And the actual end credit scene is always a joke.
By the way, parental guide-wise, for me, I don't know why this is PG-13.
Yeah.
There was one...
child.
I guess,
that's probably
kind
true.
of, but yeah. It's one S word and one like H word. Lord's name in vain, maybe once. That was it. But no sex, no nudity. Violence is bloodless. So I don't know why this is PG-13.
This may be a C+.
Oh, you're doing the thing I do.
No, I don't know. I got to think about it a little bit more. I just think this movie will fade from my memory pretty quickly. But while watching it, I go, I like the style and I like the soundtrack.
Yeah, allegedly Reed Richards will be like the leader of the
They got no one
whatever thing will be.
He and Doctor Strange, maybe.
Avengery trademark.
I thought it was fine. I really did.
Yeah.
And the robot was not too annoying. I kept worrying that we're gonna make it to be a comic relief, but no, it's just kind of there as a servant.
How Disney does this feel?
It feels like Tomorrowland, the movie. What should have been. It's very glossy. It's very sanitized, and it feels very Disney, but in a
But it's got a good
people pleasing sort of way.
And maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time with liking it too much, is because like the look and the vibe are cool.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the same look and vibe as The Incredibles. It's that same retro 60s vibe with a little bit of future in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they did it better. But at the same time, this has good world building in that regard. You do feel like this is a world that exists. So, yeah, I don't know. I wish there wasn't as much hand waving in this movie as there is.
Yes.
We need to figure out how to build this time thing. It's there. Hey, we put these all over the world. Yep, we're doing it. We need these suits. They're there. Like, I just kept being like, wow, they really just kind of just make these things in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
So
That was good.
right in the middle. So there you go. There's our review of the Fantastic Four, the 2025 one, First Steps. This one's called First Steps.
Will this be seen in a positive way? Will this end the curse of the Fantastic Four?
I think this is the M. Night Shyamalan, what's the one, The Visit?
Yes.
I think this is The Visit of
Where it's
this-
like, that was pretty good.
yeah, that wasn't bad. Therefore, you're back.
Zach, when you see this on Disney Plus, I think you'll like it.
I think I will too.
Yeah.
And I think there's
Just purely on vibes.
Yes.
because we both liked it. Yeah, just didn't love it. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's the resurgence of the. I don't think Phase 6 of the MCU is going to be as big as. But
It won't be as bad as what's come before.
I don't know. Phase 5 was not great.
No, nor was 4.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Let us know your thoughts on our social media channels because we are there, and we don't do spoilers. We try to keep that spoiler free in that area because it's so public. But yeah, let us know on Facebook. Let us know on Instagram. Let us know on Twitter. Twitter.
Winner.
If you enjoyed Fantastic Four: First Steps. Give us your baby.